Hello traders, in this Q4 performance report video, we're going to be looking at how did we achieve 73.34% or 73,340 pounds this year. And we're also going to be looking at the strategy stats as well. For all these different strategies that we are looking at over here, everything logged in real time, the wins, the profits, and the losses transparently. This and more in this video. Hello traders, thank you for joining the Master the Markets team in our Q4 performance report video today and supporting us in our mission to spread the truth of trading and help you achieve consistent performance. It is Stu Narpan here, founder of Master the Markets Elite Trades Conference and the Traders Open Day. So here we are traders on the Q4 performance report. You can see that in the Q4, what we've got is October was a really big month, 15.53%. However, November, we kind of lost it back quite a bit. And December, then we climbed back up again a little bit. Overall, I mean, for Q4, if you just take a look at Q4 performance, that would have been 9.64% up. So this quarter we've been up as well, though the previous quarters were much more further up. Now, that actually brings me to an important point, 2 points actually. This drawdown here of 8.08% actually came from these two strategies over here. Let me just move it to the left so that you guys can see. That was actually TSL primary and the one-day exit. Liftoff was quite flat. We didn't take any trades in November. So these were the two strategies that actually took away the profits over here a little bit. That's fine, that happens, the drawdowns. That's why that makes us vary as well. In all our research, I must add another point, which is November and December isn't that great months what we have seen actually. Usually it comes to a little bit of drawdown, a little bit of profit, not really any great high equity points are being achieved here. But just in the case that some years might be an anomaly and outlier and you might get huge profits. So we would usually, what we do in November and December is we reduce our risk to 0.25%. We actually did do that in November.
If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and smash that like icon. If you haven't joined our channel yet, click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you get notifications immediately when we post up quality content like this, and especially to get our live trading updates sent directly to your phone.
Actually, if you take a look at the trade by trade log over here, if you actually take a look at in November, we did start reducing the risk to 0.25, as you can see. So this would be quarter of the usual risk. So this would be 0.1. So we didn't actually start doing that until we got to mid-November. We should have started much earlier. Because you see, in the other strategy, if you take a look at, I'll show you over here, which is over here. So over here, because we didn't start it from the beginning of November, we did take a bit of a hit. The bigger hits came at 4 of these trades. We lost 1% each. But if we were quite sharp a little bit and started reducing it from the beginning of the month, we would have reduced those drawdown as well. But that's fine. That's how it is. We'll be much more aware going into next year. Okay, so that's how we have finished it up for this year, 73.34%. At 1% being £1,000, that would be 73,340 pounds. All this, remember, traders, there's just 3 strategies, all end of day trading, all passive. Okay, it's only passive and little work because we've done a lot of research over the years that is cumulative and compounded, has helped us achieve this. Of course, there are different ways of advanced risk management. You can even, if a smaller account, you can even do 2 or 5% risk because you know that the drawdown can only be 8.08%. Or you have to study your maximum peak to valley drawdown over the 10, 12 years of your testing of your strategy. All that stats we do have, and we teach you also how to get all those kind of stats on the Traders Basecamp package too. Right. So now you can see in terms of our equity curve for LTR 2022, so we had a little bit of drawdowns along the way. Over here, that's what you can analyze. Over here, you can see the drawdowns over here before it starts to go up. But the highest peak that we have reached is about 80, and then finally finishing it off at 73.34%. Okay, which is what we got over here. Right. Now, the other thing that I do want to mention to you guys also is the strategy stats. Now, what is some things that you guys should be looking at? So let's analyze this a bit more in detail. So over here, you can see that each of the stats for the strategy is recorded here. So how do we get all the stats? It's pulled out from all the spreadsheet over here. So it analyzes all the wins and the losses. So we've programmed all of that here to analyze how our strategies are working over the years, okay? And to know when a strategy is degrading and when we need to pull it out, when we need to replace it, all that we're doing it over here with our live trading room team as well. Now,
For those of you who are unsure of any of the terminology or the concepts in this video, watch our free Trader Starter Pack 5-day video course as shown in Empire Cinema. It is educational, entertaining, and covers basics and advanced content with cross-transferable principles for trading and investments. It pertains to both beginners and intermediate traders, all dedicated towards helping you achieve consistent performance. Go ahead and register for it on the link below.
in terms of the three strategies over here, what we are looking at, mainly what you should be really looking at is two things. One is your reliability factor. How many trades are really winning out of the total number of trades that you are taking? Okay, so you can see one day exit took a to 167 trades. This one was much less, 67, and this one was 60. Now, out of this, reliability is the highest in the one day exit. Okay, and the TSL and the 20% is about nearing about 40 to 50%. That's what it's coming to. Okay. Now, the other thing what you need to understand, okay, the reliability is great. Okay, that's all good. But however, when you take a look at the profits of one day exit, there'll be pros and cons, of course. If you take a look, the net profit is 21.86%, which is good, decent. Now, however, the average profit is 0.46. However, the average loss is 0.78. What does that mean? That means your average loss is actually higher than your average profit. Okay. So, for example, if every time you win on the one-day exit, you're winning $500. Okay. Now, if you were to lose, your average loss would be about 1.5 times that, which is what is showing around here. Okay, so that would be about $750 of loss. So, and this can come at any time, right? So you might have two winners of, then you might have $1,000 in total profit. Finally, one loss comes, and then you may lose back 3/4 of that. Okay, but then the wins come up, and then it will come back to a new equity curve. Why this strategy still works even though the average profit to loss ratio is only 0.59 to 1. Of course, most of you know the reason why that is, because it wins more times than it loses. Okay, so there's a pro and a con of this, advantage and disadvantage. It wins quite a lot, but it wins quite little. But its losses are a bit bigger, but because it wins so many more times, it overall ends up net profit. Okay, so that is the advantage of this strategy. Why do we do that? So as to make the only one sole reason why we do that, we keep this in our asset, in our strategy portfolio is reason because so that this peak to valley drawdown becomes low, diminished, because when the other strategies are losing, this will be winning most of the time, and it balances out the losses from the other strategies. See, main important thing, traders, as a trader, is your psychology is preserved. Okay, when does your psychology gets the most affected? Only during losses. And if there are big losses, then your psychology gets paralyzed, you get fearful, and you might not be able to pull the trigger. So as a trader, as a professional, we're always looking to reduce this peak to valley drawdown as low and low as possible. Okay, peak to valley drawdown. Right. Then you can see, however, the other ones, the TSL primary, only very low reliability, very less trades, low frequency. However, the profits are like, if you take a look at it, is about 3 or 4 times, almost 4 times more. Look at this profit ratio, 3.96 to 1, and liftoff is 2.52 to 1. However, with these strategies, the disadvantage is that the winners, the number of winners is almost the same as the number of losses. However, that's why you need a lot of patience, okay, for the big runners to come in. If you analyze the results over here, actually, on the TSL primary, you can take a look. In July is where you got the biggest winners, 8.42%, September and October as well. However, the other few months, it was almost very little bit, right? 1.82, 2.93, and a little bit of loss. So a lot of patience is required. Same as liftoff. It was almost doing nothing for the first few months. Only September and October it started, and November it started to pick up, right? So that is what you have to realize with these strategies, which are looking when they are lower reliability but a larger average profit to loss ratio. So I would say these are the main kind of stats, which is what you should be really looking at: your reliability and your average profit to loss ratio. Now, this is called actual profit to loss ratio, which is more important than your expected profit to loss ratio. Okay. All right, traders. I guess that's pretty much that from me on this video in terms of taking a look at our Q4 performance and finishing of this year at 73.34%. Also have a reflection on the strategy stats as well. And as I mentioned, at the 1% risk of £1,000, that's about more or less 73,340 pounds, all passive end-of-day trading, 15 minutes on these 3 strategies over 10 instruments. All right, traders, that's pretty much that from me on this Q4 performance report video. And as we always say, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master.
If you want to get notified every time we put a video up, especially on our live trading update videos, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications icon. This will get the YouTube algos to kick in and for you to join us in our mission to spread the truth of trading further, so that traders like you can benefit from our videos to trade like a master, achieve consistent performance, and change lives.